Thank you to the hardcore dedicated fans who slept on, concrete.
We really appreciate it. We're always impressed and amazed at the turnout and the passion that you guys have.
Yeah. So obviously there's been a big shakeup. We wanted to address that quickly, but we don't want to take too much time because we're here to have fun and look at some cool stuff you guys haven't seen yet. But about the pulling it off the channel and moving to digital exclusively. It's part of this huge sea change, really, in the whole industry. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you've seen articles about cable cutters, and we're seeing digital streaming, companies doing their own content and winning Emmys and all sorts of stuff. So obviously, we're in the midst of this big change, and things have changed just for us between when we did Avatar, between 2005 and 2008, when those aired, and then when we came back on the air in 2012. When book one of Korra came out, it did pretty good numbers on TV, but its online presence was just insane. Not only the chatter from all the fans all over the world, but the actual numbers in terms of digital downloads, digital streaming. They've just been huge, and as the show has gone along, by the time we got to book two, the numbers of the digital streaming, they greatly outweighed what was happening on the channel. It's no secret that Avatar, and especially Korra, aren't typical kind of Nickelodeon fare, and so they've had a kind of a hard time trying to fit it into their programming. But basically, the book two finale, the numbers were insane. They were when they streamed it, when it went on Nick.com, it was the biggest streaming event they had the entire year, and that show for digital downloads, or that season was amazing. So, and then obviously, as you've seen, not so much on the channel. So it's just part of this shift over. It definitely caught us by surprise. It wasn't necessarily done in the smoothest way, and that was upsetting to many of you and to us as well. Yeah, it's moving over to digital. This is actually, it was a plan that was kind of in place earlier. They changed course and then they went back to it. So it all kind of happened in a little bit of a messy way. But thanks for sticking with us. The show is not canceled.
Yeah, the thing we definitely want you guys to understand is that it really has no effect on what the show is or the stories we're telling, because we've finished the writing for the series, we've finished all the pre-production, and we're just doing post, and Studio Mirror is finishing the animation. So other than it not being on the Nickelodeon main channel, nothing has changed. You're going to get to see it, which is the important thing. And you can actually, they're going to start putting it online starting next Friday, so August 1st. And then there's going to be a new episode every week after that until August 22nd, when they do the two-part season 3 finale. So. And then hopefully DVD of book 3 will be out by the end of the year. So
yeah,
you will be able to see it.
So let's have fun. Let's get on with it.
Moving on.
So we're gonna show you guys an episode that has not aired. As I've been known to say, it's a doozy. I know some of you, we don't know how to make a show where it's entertaining and exciting, but nothing bad ever happens. Not sure how to do that yet. So without any further ado, hope you enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
And this was written by Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton.
Josh, you here?
Josh is somewhere here.
Over there, and then
by Colin Heck.
Colin Heck directed. He's not here. Let's go.
I know this is super self-indulgent, but real quick, just watching that, and everybody on this panel has had the good fortune of being here in a room like this before, except for John Michael Higgins and Mindy Sterling. Could you just give them one more quick welcome? This is the best feeling in the world, and I just was so excited for them to have it. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
No?
We know Bei Fong was missed in book 2 a bit, but you're back.
I'm back.
So let's go down the line. I got a couple questions for you guys. Korra, these are some questions that fans submitted online, and someone named John was wondering, for Janet, how would you rate Korra's job as the Avatar so far? How do you think she's doing?
Well, I'll say that this is a question that I get asked a lot at the cons that I do, and sometimes it's put really nicely, and sometimes it's put grumpily. Sometimes people are like, "Do you like Korra?" But you know, I think just the episode that we got a chance to watch is such a great example to me of you know, I mean, she has some classic Korra moments where she gets a little snappish, but it's such a great example of how much she's come to understand that she may be the Avatar, but that doesn't mean that she can do her job alone. And it's just so exciting to see, you know, the team together. And so I think, you know, I think she's on her journey. You know, she's on the arc that Mike and Brian had always envisioned for her, and I'm proud of her. And she's infuriating and wonderful and strong and very human.
Yes.
Awesome. And David, we have a question about the voice acting process and what that's like, and when you guys get the scripts, like, do you have time to read it beforehand, and are you guys as emotionally compromised by these storylines as the fans seem to be when they see the shows?
When I first started the show, I would just rush through the script to find Mako. Where's Mako's lines? My lines. And then as I became a fan, I started reading the scripts. So we got the scripts, I think, the night before, right? Usually we just get the scripts the night before we come in and record. And, you know, and then we get in there, and we usually, sometimes we have the whole cast together when we're all available, which is great. We're all in the same room, and we got mics in front of us, and we've got our lines, and it's tremendous, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And a little shout out to our voice director, Andrea Romano.
Andrea Romano. I miss her.
The best.
And Seychelles, so in the first episode of Book 3, we saw that Korra and Asami are now like BFFs, right? So how have you seen Korra and Asami's like friendship developing, and seeing them like start as rivals, but now they're kind of friends and stuff?
I mean, I
you
think
enjoyed playing that?
I love it. My parents were actually especially fond of that scene in the car. They had seen the episode before me, and they were like, "Oh my God, Korra and Asami are so cute." I was like, "What?" Because it takes so long. Sometimes I forget what happens, and I'm surprised by the storylines I already know. But I'm happy. At any instance where two girls can like not let a guy get in between them, I think is a good thing. I think they're.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
I think they're maturing.
There is a guy between you two right now.
Right in the middle.
But yeah, no, I'm happy for them. I think they're stronger together, and they make Team Avatar better for it. Mako has to deal with the awkwardness, and we've gotten over that, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Get over it, Mako.
The tables have turned.
And Mr. Higgins, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you. So since you came in Book 2, you know, one of my favorites. The humor he brings every time he comes is amazing. And this fan thought you were the most captivating character of the bunch.
Oh, good heavens.
No offense to Janet and the others, they want to point out. What do you think makes Varric a truly unique character in the Avatar universe?
Well, first of all, I want to say how thrilled I am to be a part of this universe all of a sudden. I'm amazed at what I'm seeing today right in front of me. I honestly thought I was going to be doing a press thing with about 20 people in the room. And you can put mini zeros behind that, apparently, and I'm really pleased to be here. Thank you. Well, you know, when my agent said, "Hey, you know, they're doing this in Nickelodeon, you should go over there. It's this, you know, airbending thing. It's really exciting." And I was like, "Great, you know, it's not really part of my gig usually. So I get to fly around and, you know, bend cars with my face and that sort of thing." No, you're just sort of an asshole who talks too much. That's what I do all day long. That's every job. No, I think part of the fun of Varric, particularly seeing it now yet another episode, is that he does sort of bridge the gap between our world and the other world in an interesting way. He's sort of part, Rupert Murdoch and Thomas Edison and, Bozo the Clown all rolled together. And I think he's captivating because he has so little respect, basically, for all the magic and wonder and power and mightiness that's going on around him. He regards it as either helpful or not helpful to him and what he needs to do. So it's a fascinating character, and he is constantly surprising me, and I think he surprises the writers as well. And it's always so fun to show up and in the room and see this completely odd paragraph, I have to say out loud, and it's like, okay, here we go. I remember one episode particularly that I liked. I think it's later in the series, though.
Be careful.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do it. Where he talks about his childhood, it is beyond belief. So,
Oh, wait for that story. Yeah. Awesome. Mindy, welcome. Welcome.
Hey.
Yeah. I know the fans have been waiting to see you in real life.
This is really cool. You guys are amazing and awesome, and some of you slept overnight to get in here, right?
So what's your favorite part of voicing Lynn, and do you have any similarities in your personality with Lynn?
Oh, God. I think for me the best part of doing this character is this is an amazing, strong woman who is fearless and powerful and feminine.
Yeah.
And hot-looking, and is not afraid to take, control and charge, and really does have this amazing, facet to everything she does. I love playing her. Is she a little bit like me? I think all of our characters have a little similarities to our personalities ourselves. I am not that strong. I am not that powerful, but I am that feminine. It is, and I love playing it. She's not mean. I get a lot of, I play a lot of really nasty women, and she's not. She's just, very matter of fact, and she's there to protect the Avatar and Korra, and so she's very motherly in a way, and has lots of baggage and issues, which I do.
Well said. Now, this question I found very funny, so I'm going to ask you guys, for John Michael Higgins and Mindy, Varric and Lynn somehow end up on a blind date with each other. What happens?
Oh, wow.
Meow.
Is there two single people on the town? What's going on?
Well, I think...
You show up with...
And they've had a couple of drinks?
Yeah,
God, anything can happen with that.
You have a big problem about... Well,
Does he make me laugh is what I want to know.
yeah, well, who's going to be on top, so to speak? Wow.
That will be the conflict.
Certainly a conflict.
And will we go all night? What?
There may be Hank.
Thanks, kids.
I'm thinking
That sounds like a very interesting date in the evening.
Where do we go? Applebee's?
Coco's.
I love it. I love it. All right, so we got a really special question here, and I'll give credit to Ryan O'Meara for asking this. You've inspired us. So he had a question that said, can we have the voice actors sing "Secret Tunnel" as their characters? Which I think we can do that. But before we do that, I want to invite a special guest to the panel. You might know him as the voice of Naga, Pabu, Korra, every other animal in the universe. D. Bradley Baker. There he is. He's doing the loop. There he comes.
Singing the long way around.
All right.
D, you can fly, right?
D is having trouble getting to the stage, but yes.
We also need your help with this.
So as you know, this most of you probably D played the original character Chong from Book 2 of Avatar.
All right, there was the song. Thanks, everybody. I hope you. Here we go.
All right, let's cue the clip.
Cue the clip.
And Chong's gonna sing?
Chong singing it.
We're all going.
Okay.
All right, roll clip, please.
So I'll sing along, everybody. A story about a secret path right through the mountains. Yeah.
Is this real or a legend?
Oh, it's a real legend, and it's as old as earthbending itself. The next couple lines, but there it goes.
Thanks, Steve. Little flashback to Avatar.
I love that guy. That's a cool. I want to hang out with that guy. And his wife is friend who lies on his back and plays the drums while looking up at the sky. That's great.
All right. Thank you so much, actors, for answering those questions and singing the song. We're going to show you guys some cool artwork real quick from Book 3. You can go to the visuals there on the screen. And what happened there? Go ahead. We were there. There we go. Okay. So we know you were all dying to know what it would have looked like had Boomy gotten the sweater on Boom Jim. So yeah, that's it. That's all the artwork I wanted to show you guys today. Very fun. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the first concept piece I did for Zahir. You know, after books 1 and 2, I thought, Tarlok and Unalaq kind of looked the same, so I wanted to do something very different. So I went for sort of an MMA fighter, kind of catch wrestling guy. So I wanted him to be kind of bulky and have a different look. This is Ryu's concept that he did after mine, of course, complete with Ryu's crazy color combinations. Ryu, are you here? Buddy? There he is. The genius, Ryu. So then I did a concept. We knew he was going to be in prison for a long time. They probably didn't let him groom, so he's going to grow some hair. And Ryu did these incredible expression sheets of him when he's busting his buddy out of the barge. And then you can see his hair melt off here. That's what he's going to look like for the rest of the season. So you can see. If you ever think his ears look strange, like maybe they didn't draw him well, that was actually intentional. He's supposed to have cauliflower ear from a career of fighting. So there is Gazan. This is my first concept for him. I don't have any tattoos, but obviously I like drawing tattooed characters from Aang and Gazan. And so this is Ryu's concepts are expression sheets of his heads, and then I had to work out the tattoos. It's always tough because it's hard to do kind of graphic patterns moving over shapes, and keeping them consistent. But these were fun to do. And then Ming Hua, favorite character of ours to conceive of and design. And this is based on, she's just basically my friend Michi, but Michi does have arms of flesh and bone, not of water. And so here are Ryu's incredible expression sheets for her. And then some of my, the model sheet, just kind of explaining the different things she could do with her malleable water arms. And then Pui, another fun one to design. This is Angela Mueller. Are you here, Angela? Over there? Over there. There's she. It's Angela. So Angela was is an old friend and great character designer who worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender. And when she was going to work on Korra, I said, "Hey, take a stab at this like firebending assassin." And so she did this crazy kind of Elizabeth Salander looking character, and I liked it. And this is some cool heads she did for that. And then I said, "But let's make her 6'8". So this was my version of it, based on her design, and then we kind of finished it together. And we have our next combustion bender. And so then when they're busting out Puli, we had to like give them winter costumes. So we kind of like winterized everybody. And Christy Sang, our other character designer, and Angie were turning in, different concepts. And Angie turned in this one for here. She's like, like really nonchalant. Oh, I've got some alternate ones too for you to consider. We were gonna go with the one on the right. We just thought it'd be a little too hard to animate. So.
Oh, how can I unsee that?
So then Ryu did, as you know, Zahir is voiced by the legendary Henry Rollins. As we like to call him, the most interesting man in the world. He's worn many hats, but he's he built his career as a legendary punk singer. So Ryu did this awesome. I see a spin-off. I don't know about you guys. I see a spin-off. So. And then we have the Metal Clan Suyin's family, which was really fun, doing this Art Deco city and Art Deco fashion and jewelry. So this was my first concept for her, and this is what we ended up with when she was in color. And her husband, Batar, you only see a little bit so far. He's the architect. And Batar Jr., I swear that expression looks like David Schwimmer to me. So.
Yeah, you only see Batar Jr. very briefly in the doorway, but he does exist.
So he works with his dad a lot in the city. And then Huan, aka Skrillex, that's what a lot of people call him. He was fun, very fun. And then we've got his final color. It was really fun doing all the different variations on this kind of like utopia Art Deco outfits. Opal was really fun to design. I did her original concept. And then we've got her color model. She's kind of like a little flapper. And then Wing and Wei, aka Tomox and Zaymot. They're kind of the mirror image twins. You'll notice their hair parts opposite. Their jewelry, all their little doodads are opposite of each other. They're fun. They really remind me of Josh, our writer. Kind of a like cool bro. And then it's so tiny in the show, but I wanted to show you Sue's circus photo from when she joined the circus. So that's Suyin on the top there, and that was a fun one. You could see the little baby. They still have a little baby platypus bear.
Oh yeah.
Christy Sang did that, and then the family photo. I hadn't had a chance to post that yet, but I always love seeing the family photos for these guys.
Huan doesn't like getting his picture taken.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the art. And now we're going to show you a really awesome treat. We have some representatives from Studio Mir here. Jamie Young, are you here? Supposed to be
Jamie Young. I don't know.
Jamie Young? Oh, there you go.
He's the president of Studio Mir.
Long time. But we've been working with Jamie Young since the pilot of Avatar in 2003. He's an old friend of ours, and we've kind of, been there and helped him build his own animation studio. It's been amazing working with him.
Yeah, and this episode was just one example of the many amazing action scenes and emotional scenes. They're just good at everything. So we're so glad that they're doing all of book 3 and all of book 4.
And we just wanted to mention real quick, since the end of book 2, when they came back to the production, they've been helped out by their friends, Studio Rev, an awesome studio that works alongside with them. So they've already been working, helping out on a bunch of the episodes. So I just want to thank Studio Rev for their great work too.
Yeah, so we're going to show you some pencil test scenes alongside the final footage so you can see, you know, it's always nice to see the actual hand-drawn look of the drawings. And then you'll see at the end there's a couple scenes from later episodes, so a slight sneak peek, but as we roll the pencil test footage. We want to thank our amazing crew and our amazing cast. And a shout out to our awesome producer, Karen Malik, who wrangled us all and got this thing done in a reasonable amount of time, so we appreciate it.
Yep.
And unfortunately, these panels go by too fast. We already got to go. It's crazy.
Thank you to
I just wanted to thank everybody who really, I mean, camped out and slept and
Thanks, guys.
And everybody who waited in line, we thank you guys so much for coming here. It's awesome.
You guys are the best.